SoundPEATS used to release new earbuds so frequently that it was hard to keep up. Then they suddenly went quiet. It turns out they were back in the lab working on their new flagship, the SoundPEATS H3. I have been testing these earbuds for a while now to see if the wait was worth it. The spec sheet looks incredible on paper. Triple drivers, high-res audio, and a flashy design, but specs don't always tell the full story. I wanted to know if these $129 earbuds, often found on sale for much less, could actually compete with the premium big boys. Here is what I found after using them as my daily driver. You cannot miss these earbuds. The SoundPEATS H3 leans heavily into a look-at-me aesthetic. They feature a champagne gold finish and a semi-transparent housing that lets you see the internal components. I actually think looking at the tech inside is pretty cool, but the gold might be a bit loud for some people. They are definitely on the larger side. Because they pack a triple driver system, one 12mm dynamic driver and two balanced armature drivers, the shell is bulky. They sit in your ear more like professional in-ear monitors than standard consumer buds. Despite the size, I found them comfortable. They create a deep seal which provides great passive isolation, but they do stick out a bit. If you plan on running marathons, the bulk might cause some thudding noises with every step, but for weightlifting or commuting, they stayed secure in my ears. The case continues the premium attempt with a leather textured accent and a transparent lid. It looks nice, but I have to be honest, it feels a little lightweight and hollow. It doesn't have that dense, high-quality snap you get from more expensive brands. This is the section that matters most. SoundPEATS put all their budget into the audio architecture, and it shows. The sound right out of the box is impressive. That triple driver setup isn't just marketing fluff. The 12mm dynamic driver handles the bass with serious authority. It is punchy and deep without mudding up the track. Meanwhile, the balanced armatures handle the mids and highs separately. I noticed details in my playlist that usually get lost on budget buds. Vocals sound forward and clear, and the instrument separation is fantastic. You can hear exactly where the drums are compared to the guitars. It creates a wide soundstage that feels like you're listening in a larger room, rather than having sound pumped directly into your skull. For Android users, these support LDAC and Snapdragon sound, meaning you can stream high-resolution audio. Even on an iPhone, the tuning is fun and energetic. I did find the highs a little bright at times, but they never became harsh or sibilant. You absolutely need to download the Peats Audio app. While the stock sound is good, the app unlocks the real potential. It offers a 10-band custom equalizer and several presets. I personally recommend tweaking the EQ to add a little warmth if you find the treble too sharp. The app also includes an adaptive EQ test that tunes the audio to your specific hearing ability. It's a nice touch that actually made a subtle difference for me. Connectivity is solid with Bluetooth 5.4. I tested the multi-point connection, pairing to my laptop and phone at the same time, and it worked seamlessly. Just keep in mind that high-quality LDAC mode and multi-point connections sometimes don't play nice together on certain devices due to bandwidth limits. Active noise cancellation on the H3 is surprisingly effective. It claims to reduce noise by up to 55 dB. In my testing at a coffee shop, it completely cut out the low hum of the refrigerator and the AC unit. It also did a decent job dampening chatter, though it won't silence the world like a $300 pair of Bose earbuds would. The transparency mode is usable. It sounds natural enough to have a quick conversation without taking the buds out, though I did notice a slight white noise hiss when it was quiet. One thing to note, there is no dedicated wind noise reduction mode. If you're walking outside on a blistery day, you might get some wind tearing through the mics. Battery performance is solid, though it depends heavily on how you use them. With ANC turned off, you can get around 7 hours from the buds. However, if you crank up the volume and use LDAC and ANC simultaneously, expect that to drop closer to 4.5 or 5 hours. The case provides plenty of extra juice, totaling around 37 to 40 hours of playback. Here is my biggest gripe with the hardware: no wireless charging. For a flagship earbud in 2025, relying solely on a USB-C cable feels like a missed opportunity. It's not a deal breaker, but it's a convenience I missed. On the bright side, they do support fast charging. 10 minutes in the case gives you about 2 hours of listening time. I took several calls with the SoundPEATS H3 and the feedback was positive. The 6-microphone setup uses environmental noise canceling to isolate your voice. People on the other end said I sounded clear even when I was walking down a busy street. The algorithms do a good job of suppressing background clatter, although extremely loud noises will still bleed through slightly. The retail price sits at $129, but SoundPEATS is aggressive with discounts. You can often find these floating between $85 and $105 with coupons. At the full $129 price, the competition is stiff, but if you snag them on sale, the value proposition is insane. You're getting a triple driver hybrid setup that usually costs significantly more. I am genuinely impressed by what SoundPEATS accomplished here. They cut a few corners on the case build and the lack of wireless charging, but they poured every cent into the sound quality. The sound is rich, detailed, and fun. If you're an audiophile on a budget who wants that high-fidelity sound without spending hundreds of dollars, these are a fantastic choice. They look bold, they sound expensive, and they are easily the best-sounding earbuds SoundPEATS has ever made. Would you rock the gold look for better sound? Let me know what you think.